Hello Aquarius, welcome to my channel. We are going to do a general tarot spread for late September, early October. This is actually the second time I've started your video, and it's funny why, because first off I'm using my abalone beautiful shell here with some holy tree on the inside for smudging and cleansing. But I'll tell you, I feel like a basis of this reading before we even get started is going to be trust, because I was getting ready to start the reading, and one of my spirit guides was like, "You're going to get interrupted." And I'm like, whatever. I do what I want, and started it, and 2 minutes in, bam, I got interrupted. So this speaks a lot about trust. And I believe that when you decide to start doing readings, like, okay, I'm sitting down to do this reading, and as soon as you say that, you become a conduit, and then things that happen around you and interruptions that you get often speak to what the general energy of the reading is going to be. And so it's a matter of trust, and I also feel like a matter of listening to people who have your back. And that's is that what's up with you, Aquarius? So let's see here. Okay, we got cards flying out. Past, present, future. Huh. Which is funny because some of these cards got dead out the first time. So that's interesting news there. Yep, there's another repeater. Another repeater. Okay, so we're on the right track here, so that's good news. Okay. So first let's talk about jumper cards. These are cards that come out on their own when you're shuffling, and usually when you're talking and just kind of zoning in on the energy. And your jumper card in this instance, they don't always happen, but in this instance you got the Hanged Man. So there is a delay. And is it about trusting those who have your back? Is it about a lack of faith, a lack of trust? Because the Hanged Man does talk about delays, except that he's not tied up there. He could easily just, reach up, and he's doing tricks while he's hanging. It's delay. It could be a block, but a lot of the time the Hangman talks about self-delay. Like, I don't want to say you did it to yourself, but there's a chance that you could be the one putting on the brakes for whatever this thing is. Because looking at your recent past, first card is Justice in reverse, and this was your jumper card for when I dealt it the first time. So I think this is an important card. So either you're dealing with a Libra in your life, or you're dealing with something that is not justified because it was in reverse. So this could have been something that happened to you, or something somebody said that was, it was not balanced in any way here. But you, next to it, have the contentment cards. These were actually like this in the last reading, so now they're like this. But it speaks to the same energy. I feel really like bored with the way, and this is your recent past. You're talking the last couple of weeks where you're just kind of like maybe looking for a change, or maybe kind of just something. I just want to say like something needs to happen already, because next to that you have the, I almost said Three of Hearts, so Three of Swords. And so this can speak of a heartbreak, or I heard impending heartbreak, or something is, I feel like you're going something. There are goings on that are uncomfortable. That feels like a really good way to describe it. What's happening in your recent past is really uncomfortable, because then you have the King of Swords, who this person cut your head off with words, and they are firm and they are severe and they really mean what they say. But at the same time, the King of Swords feels like he's justified, except that this card was in reverse. So is that where this injustice is coming from? Like, this normally just person was talking smack in a really foul, nasty way, and it made you feel, unjustified, possibly could have even broke your heart. And now this person that was feeling content normally is now bored with the situation. And then under that you have the High Priestess. So you've got the King of Swords in reverse, followed by the High Priestess. And the High Priestess talks about using your intuition. and having intuition and like having this clear knowing, but being underneath the King of Swords in reverse, this is like, it's almost like having this intuition and then using it for, I heard foul play. So kind of like maybe like somebody in the situation knew of a weakness, potentially an air sign. Aquarius is an air sign, so this is your energy, but potentially there was like a knowing of a weakness that somebody else had and you went there, or somebody with this air, this foul air energy went there and it really hurt somebody's feelings really bad. And I just kind of feel like you're over it and that you're burdened by it at this point. And you know, and so that's why you're like, yeah, I don't even know anymore. And so that's where this like delay, this stagnancy comes from. This, remember this was your jumper card. This was the delay. And so I'm like, what is this? But I just feel like something was said or something was done to where you're taking a step back. Like you were totally content. Like everything's fine. Like technically everything is really fine. But something went askew and we're not. We're a little bit less than content now, because looking right now in your future, I mean in your present, this is happening, last week in September, first week in October, you have the sun, and the sun, so far I've drawn this off almost every single draw tonight, but the sun is the brightest, happiest, sunniest card in the deck, and even if it is in reverse, it's still sunny, but in your case, it was upright, so things are, like I just said, things are technically looking really good, and then you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is in reverse. Now, the Wheel of Fortune kind of emulates the sun in that it's still the Wheel of Fortune. So even if it's in reverse, it's still luck and success, just to a lesser extent. But, even though you're having all of these good things, I still feel like you're kind of holding on to your coin for whatever purpose. You're just kind of holding, and this being in reverse like this is just a repeat of the delay. So you have this like awesome, like really cool stuff that could happen like right now, but you're just like, ee. All of the signs recently, this group of reads have been doing this like in the beginning of October, like this retake moment of, do I really want this? But you know what? In your base for your present, you have this really great union with this strength that's generous. So while you're over here holding on to your coin because you're not really sure of what's going to happen, I mean, in the base of all this, there's a good partnership. So this could be, a relationship, but it could also speak of a business. So you have this, good thing going on, and it's generous to you, and it gives you strength, and it gives you courage. And that's all coupled with the Wheel of Fortune and the sun. So why are you over here like, I'm afraid? You get out of that because there's no reason to be. There's a lot of things that I feel like the sun is trying to shine a light on. Like, look at this and look at that and look at how great this is and look at how great that is. And you're like, yeah, I don't know. Last time it didn't work out like this, so I'm just going to kind of keep it here, because if I don't keep it here, the shit's going to hit the fan, and I don't think it is. I think the point of the cards coming out in this, order is to show you that right now everything is like it's sunny. The sun is shining and the wheel is just turning in your favor, and that seems kind of, cheesy and cliche, but these are the cards. I mean, that's what they say. And I have a very strong relationship with my cards, and they don't let me down. So for whatever that it means for you, So, but then looking into your near future. Okay, the two cards that are speaking to me the most are the Tower in reverse. Now, the Tower, in reverse or not, does speak of like a wow moment. Except I'm hearing like, it's funny because my guides sometimes show me like reactions, like really? And so that's kind of why I'm like, really? Like not like a wow, oh my God, but more like a really moment right here. But because with that, you've got the Ace of Cups. Now, the Ace of Cups is your like base for the future. And, okay, so aces talk about new beginnings. Cups talk about emotions. And this cup runneth over. and it was in the upright position. And, you know, you've got the dove of peace there. So you've got this like moment that breaks around something that you were working. You've got this moment that breaks around something that you were working for, and you were getting, I've heard getting tired of. This is the watching your ships come in card. And I feel like you were like at this place where you were almost going to just give up. But then you were like, no, because then, you know, it did come in. But under this you have, you know, battling and feeling trapped and then having to have a transformation. So, I mean, under this really like seemingly awesome new beginning of emotion that you're having, you still have a lot of shadow in the background. You do have a need for transformation still. You do still feel trapped, but these are swords, so this is being trapped in your own mind. And then you have, you know, kind of like still trying to fight. And I just feel like you're fighting yourself. I mean, under all that, you have the devil, and I just kind of feel like he's laughing because I feel like this delay for the happiness is because you're, instead of this, you're still like doing all of this fighting and feeling trapped and like being like, well, yeah, but it's not supposed to be this way. And like, I kind of just feeling you're fighting your own, like you're blocking yourself from getting your happy because of this refusal to let go of, I heard, the way things were. So, I mean, so maybe you are like something has to change, like you're supposed to do something different now. Like I feel like if it might be the same thing, but different. And I kind of feel like I had the same message for Scorpio. Maybe it was Scorpio, I'm not really sure. But the point is that, yeah, okay, hold on. I can't talk and shuffle. I'm getting some clarifiers from the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. And I really like these cards. But I am just going to do some quick clarifiers. There we go. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Look at this. So in your present, right? What's happening right now? You have the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune and generosity and the Union and like pretty much all of the really, really awesome cards right there. And then as a clarifier, you have the Ten of Cups. Look at how happy he is, right? Ten of Cups is like ultimate happiness. Ten of Cups is like first off, tens are completion. But so this is your, dang, I kind of wish I was an Aquarius right now because it looks like right now everything is like really going great. But then I heard like, yeah, it looks like. And so some things still need to be worked on in the next couple of weeks. And it's going to cause you to need a little patience. And you have the King of Swords twice, so that's important. So when you have two identical cards pulled from two different decks in one read, that's a really important thing. And I really feel like I should pick up the Tower card, even though the King of Swords was in your present and the Tower card is coming in your future. I kind of feel like they're combined because we're talking energy from like last week till 2 weeks from now. So situations can be fluid like that. So don't get hung up on past, present, future. Know that these are energies that just happened and are happening now and are like right about to happen. So whatever this Tower moment, but remember, it's not that big of a deal. Like a Tower upright would be like, you know, your house is burning down, but kind of upside down, it's a change. It is. And I feel like it has to do with the King of Swords. And so that could be your energy. You know, being too severe, being too excessive, and it could have caused your heartbreak and the need for some kind of legal justice, whatever, to come into your life. You know, but with a little bit of patience and with letting go of this old way of holding on to everything, all of these good things, the Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, the generosity, the strength, the happiness, the couple, all of that is coming in your direction, but I really feel like it's important that you turn this off. Look at how he sits there. The only one that anyone could possibly get from him would be the one on his head, and I almost feel like that's a trap, like set up there, like go ahead and try to touch my coin. you know, especially being an air sign, especially, you know, if this is you, you're just going to set them up and you'll slice their feet off before they even get a chance to take that coin from you. And when I keep saying coin because it's they're pentacles, discs, or coins. It doesn't matter. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like you're hoarding all the money and not sharing. I don't mean that. I mean, it could be, but whatever it is you're holding on to, and it could even be as simple as like a way that you do things, and it's breaking your heart and it keeps happening over and over again. So really, you know, this energy is heavy. This severe energy of like kind of just laying the law down, especially with justice here, has caused a delay, and maybe you feeling like you are supposed to get all of this stuff. But it's here for you. You know, it's here. All of it is right here. So, Aquarius, chin up, basically. Kind of just keep moving over the next couple of weeks, and we'll see, because, you know, these are good things that are happening for you right now. It's just there is going to be this tower moment that is going to change things up a bit, and then we're going to have to come back in about 2 weeks and be like, okay, this is what happened. So we'll have to get a good energy on what happened after it happens, and how are we going to work with that. So I think it's important to figure out what happens and then how we're going to work with that. So just know that that's what's coming up for you, but things do look pretty decent right now. I don't really feel any like devastating ends or anything like that. So, and you got a lot of really great cards. So awesome, Aquarius. Things are looking up for now. I'll be back in about 2 weeks for mid-month readings, and I'm on Keen for immediate readings under Dharma Jane. I'm on Facebook, Dharma Jane 8. If you want a private reading that is like this, I'll get you a video in a day or two. Just go ahead and email me, dharmajane8@gmail.com. And if this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, share, and also click the little bell so you can get a notification when I do upload a video. Until next time, have a good one, Aquarius.